Ladies and gentlemen, this is Orbital Potato, and today we are having a look at Beyond Earth, Civilization Beyond Earth. It's finally here. Let's go ahead, let's play single player, setup game, difficulty, normal, just to see how it is, game pace, standard, yeah, let's go for standard, and map size, small. Now I have played a tiny bit of this. I've probably played 10 minutes into it, just on a random config, which is exactly what we're going to go for here as well. So if we have a look, we can designate a sponsor, and these are the list of sponsors that are on offer, and they all offer a different sort of perk, if you like. So the Slavic Federation, orbital units stay in orbit 20% longer, and the first one launch grants a free technology. So that's an interesting one. Gain a free technology for every 10 virtues developed. That's another good one. They're all quite good. But we're gonna go for random, just to spice it up a little, you know. Next we choose our colonists. So we could have scientists, refugees, aristocrats, engineers, artists. You know, whatever. We're gonna go for random again there. And now we can choose spacecraft, and this matters because our spacecraft is our first city. So no technology is needed to see petroleum, geothermal, and titanium resources. We could go for that. Could go for fusion reactor. Begin with 100 energy at standard speed. Lifeform sensor reveal alien nests on the map. You know, etc., etc., etc. Choose what you like. We're gonna go random, of course, and we can choose our cargo, which is great because it means we could start with a worker, or we could start with a soldier if we didn't like the aliens. Begin with a clinic in your first city. Begin with pioneering technology. Begin with the next population in your first city. You know, we're gonna go with random again. And now we're gonna go next, and now we can choose our world. And don't forget, if we don't like these worlds, we can always rescan for planets. So a world with a few large land masses separated by oceans and some smaller islands. A world of one ocean and one very large continuous landmass with the possibility of small coastal islands. Well, we're going to go random, of course, because we're going completely random, because we're living on the edge. So let's go ahead and get started. Heard a lot of good things about this game. Just came out last night, and as I've said, I've only played a tiny bit of it, and that's only to see how the interface worked in the start. So I've only probably played about 10 minutes of it. And the first thing I would like to say is it plays a lot like Civilization 5. It is exactly like Civilization 5 in space. It's exactly what you expect, isn't it? Yeah, but it is very similar to the previous iteration of the franchise. And you know, I think that's a good thing, because Civilization 5 is a top quality game. And you know, one that I'm doing a playthrough on my channel at the moment. But it's a top quality game. And so Beyond Earth so far has given me nothing but enjoyment. But of course, we'll have to see how it goes. Okay, so select a suitable location for our people to make planetfall. This will be the first site of our first great city. Select a plot within the red border to land. Thank you very much. So resource-wise, what's that? Algae. When improved with a work barge, or up here, that's a paddock. We need a paddock. I think we'll go here. Yeah. Good. And so this is it. This is us. That's our first city. Just like that, eh? So what are we going to do? Well, first we're going to choose the production, and the first thing that I think we should build is an old Earth relic. Let's get this culture up to a good start. We've got next 7 turns, we will be able to adopt a virtue. Thank you, I don't need you. Adopt a virtue, and virtues are just like you know, like liberty or tradition or patronage or commerce. You know, social policies. They're very similar to social policies. They're almost the same. And this is our first unit, Brazilian Explorer. This is the Explorer. This is like the Scout, I suppose. and we can go and have a wee look around, see what's happening. Research-wise, is quite it's quite different from Civilization 5. Instead of, you know, a tech tree, you've now got a research web, and each of these webs has branches and leaves, right? So this is a branch, and then these two are leaves, and these are like specialized, whereas this one is just like general. And, you know, for example, chemistry would give you the ability to build a laboratory, a recycler, and it would let you see petroleum on the map, and it would allow you to build a petroleum well. Whereas biochemistry is like a water refinery and a petrochemical plant, so it's basically a more refined version of a more refined and specific version of the branch. And this is all I've gained from, you know, playing for the first 10 minutes. So what are we going to go for as our first? Well, we could go for pioneering, which would mean that we could build colonists, which means we can establish like a second city or an outpost that will grow into a city. Trade convoy, trade vessel, a work barge. Yeah, we sort of want to aim for a work barge. So let's go for that, and that will allow us to land units to embark and cross water tiles, which is pretty good. Yeah. Okay, so don't need you, thank you. As the game goes on, we'll get quests, and these quests form an integral part of the Beyond Earth story. Quite interesting, actually, how the game plays in comparison to Civilization 5. But this is something that I don't need you, thank you. But this is something that differs quite a lot. The existence of quests is not something that was in Civilization 5. Whereas they do form an integral part of Beyond Earth. Now, we are going to go and head up to this research pod, and okay, thank you, I'll explain about that in a minute. Just get off my back. Okay, now the first thing about research pods is that they are very like ancient ruins, except obviously they're research pods that were sent by your corporation, which is it's not about really civilizations, it's all about corporations and stuff like that. So it was sent ahead of your arrival on the planet. So research pods are like extra bonuses, and similar to ancient ruins, as I said. Thank you. Inside the research pod you found a basic satellite, still intact, and enough rocket fuel for it to reach escape velocity. A free solar collector is now ready for launch at the city of Sidiela, I don't know. But anyway, this is served as a springboard to demonstrate the next fantastic feature of Beyond Earth, and that is the orbital layer, right? Which basically is a layer around. Thank you. That is basically a layer around your planet that you can launch satellites and stuff into, and these satellites can have like different abilities and stuff. It's really quite cool. So, what do you actually do? I have no idea. Orbital unit, +1 energy on tiles you own. Any city in range also receives 20% plus 20% energy overall. My goodness. So we are going to launch straight above our city. There we go. And now, yeah, no, soon. Where's this satellite gone? I think it's just there. Yeah. There we go. Look, we have our first satellite. How cool is that? So that'll be giving us extra energy. Now, energy is sort of like gold in this game. It's the basic currency, and it works pretty well. Health is sort of like happiness, and without health, it's pretty bad. Yeah, culture is just like culture, you know, as we've said already. I'll explain about these as we progress through the game further, and of course you've got science over here, which is, you know, just research. In Civilization 5, that is. Good. So there was a little pop-up earlier explaining what this is, and on this tile you can see it's plains, hills, and miasma. Now miasma is sort of like alien gunk, I'm presuming. And it basically damages your units, as you can just see there, if you leave them at the end of the turn sitting on that unit. Let's go and have a look at our quest log. Found an outpost. Well, we're not really in a position to do that quite yet. And gifts from home. Our sponsor had the foresight to send resource pods ahead of our expedition to be waiting when we arrived. Parts Parts to a large research instrument have been found in this pod. The other pieces are probably found around here somewhere. Good, so we need to find 2 research pods. Not research pods, resource pods, sorry. And looks like we have just found that one. We found the second one, which is good. And yeah, we are continually losing health from miasma, but it's just a little bit, so we should be fine. Inside the resource pod, you find a collection of goods and luxuries from old Earth that your people never thought they would see again. These rally and refocus your people, providing 15 culture. That's very nice. And now we can develop a virtue, which, as I've explained before, is rather like a social policy. And then there's these 4 routes that you can go down. This is sort of like a sciencey one. This is a growthy one. Yeah. And this is sort of a combat one, if you'd like. And industry, I'm presuming this is just all about production and energy. What should we go for? I think we're going to go for industry. Plus 10% production towards buildings. Good. Let's give that a go. Oh, also, something that I didn't point out, right? If you get 5 virtues in this stream, then you will complete this little bit, which gives you plus 10% energy in every city. And if you complete 10, then you get that bonus, and if you complete 15, then that's that bonus. But also you get bonuses if you complete in tier 1, in tier 2, and tier 3. So if you complete 5 in tier 1, you get a free virtue. If you complete 2, if you complete 10 in tier 1, then you get plus 10% production in the capital and plus 10% energy in the capital. So it's a really different way of looking at the social policies that existed in Civilization 5, and I quite like it. Looks like we've discovered an alien nest. Where's the alien nest? Yeah, there. Okay, so that's a bit of a worry for us because we don't really want to be seeing this. Now, this is the second civilization, or the... There we go. The world is vast and bountiful. Be welcome, for there is plenty for all. Yep, so this is the African Union spaceship, and... Thank you. Thank you. Don't need that. Why do they keep telling me that? So yeah, that's the second civilization that's landed on the planet, which means we're gonna have to watch out for them. Oh, and there's the third one. Thank you very much. The temple doors of the Protectorate are open to you in welcome. Thank you very much. Don't need to know about that. So we probably need to go and heal this guy up, and that's what we're gonna do. So what can we build now? We could build a soldier and look at taking out that alien, but I think we're probably gonna go for a worker. So we can start improving some of the tiles around us. You know, it's just like Civilization 5. You know, once you have a worker, you can start improving tiles, and the sooner you improve those tiles, the sooner you get a benefit from them. Come, Sabit, the Commonwealth of the Pacific welcomes you. Cool, man. Cheers. Develop a virtue. We can develop a second virtue, and I think we're going to go for... I'm gonna go for this one. Plus, what did I say? Plus 5 energy in the capital. Good. Let's do that. Whoops. There we go. So you are still dying from miasma. That's not cool, man. Get back home. Station discovered. You've discovered Farbase 1. Farbase 1 provides 2 energy. I don't need... okay, thank you. And plus 2 science to any city that establishes a trade route. Only one city per colony may trade with each station at the same time. Good. So can you get home? Yes, you can. Good. Quest log. Solid state citizen. A spacecraft plummeted through the atmosphere and crashed not far away. Where did it come from? Who built it? What was their intention? We will find out in time, once we have investigated the wreckage more fully. Locate. Where did this happen? Let's go and have a look at that, shall we? Let's cue our explorer to head over there and see just what is up over there. So yeah, this is Civilization Beyond Earth. I'm loving it. I think you should too. Anyway, my name's been Normal Potato. If you've enjoyed, then please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye!